This is the Precalculus section 1.4 quiz on the unit circle, number 3. So we're asked to find the special angle in each circle. So part A, we're given this angle here, okay? So if you notice here in quadrant, so this is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, this is quadrant 4. I can even write that. 1, 2, 3, 3. In quadrant 4, right? Here in quadrant 2, this angle right here splits quadrant 2 in half, right? So we know this splits it in half equally. So if that was drawn over here, split in half equally, let me go ahead and erase 1 and 2 so I can use that. But we know that to go, starting here we have 0, right? 0 degrees or 0 radians, right? If we go all the way around the circle, we have 360 degrees or 2 pi, right? So 360 degrees or 2 pi radians. If we go half of it, we go with 180 degrees or pi radians. So half of that gives us 90 degrees here, right? Or pi over 2 radians. And half of this right here, so half of 90 degrees, we know is 45 degrees, or half of pi over 2, half of it means multiply it, right? So it's pi over 4 radians, so that's pi over 4. So this right here is pi over 4, right? This distance right here is pi over 4. This right here, again, is another pi over 4, right? Because we're adding pi over 4 here plus pi over 4 is like 45 degrees plus 45 gives us 90. And we're adding one more pi over 4, right? So how many pi over 4s is that? That's pi over 4 plus pi over 4 plus pi over 4. That's 3 pi over 4, right? 1, 2, 3 pi over 4. So this right here is the special angle is 3 pi over 4, right? Or we know it's going to be 45 degrees plus 45 degrees plus 45 degrees. All right, so 45 plus 45 is 90. 90 plus 45 is 135 degrees. So it's 3 pi over 4 radians or 135 degrees. And that's the special angle for part A. Okay? So let's move on to part B. Part B, now instead of going in the positive direction, which is counterclockwise, we're going clockwise. So we know that this is going to be negative, right? So what do we notice about this angle up here? Okay, well, we remember that the special angles, right, you can either split each quadrant in half or into 3 sections to get a special angle, right? So this one's split into 3, and each one of these sections, if you remember, is, well, this whole thing right here is pi over 2, right? Then one of them is going to be 1/3 of pi over 2. So 1/3 of means to multiply, so that's pi over 6 radians. So each one of these is pi over 6, right? Each one of those is pi over 6 radians. Well, we're going to go in the negative direction, so let's go ahead and look at this. From here to here, how many pi over 6s is that? We know that's 3 of them. So that's 3 pi over 6, another 3 pi over 6, right? Another 3 pi over 6, plus another pi over 6, right? Actually, it's negative. So our angle right here, our special angle that's created, is going to be negative 3 pi over 6 for this one, another negative 3 pi over 6, right, for this, one more negative 3 pi over 6, and then just 1 pi over 6. And these are all negative because they're in the clockwise direction. So we just add these up, and that's equal to 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So negative 10 pi over 6. And we can simplify that to be divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, negative 5 pi over 3. Okay? So this right here, the special angle let me just write it as negative 5 pi over 3. And that's radians, right? What if we wanted it in degrees? Well, we can convert this using our conversion ratio of 180 degrees equals to pi radians, right? And so this ratio is equal to 1. Or we can just go ahead and count. Well, we know this is 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. So 90 was negative, so it's negative 90 plus negative 90 plus negative 90, right? Plus, well, what is this? Well, this was 90 divided by 3, right? So each one of these was pi over 6, pi over 6, or 90 divided by 3 would be 30, 60, 90, right? 30, so plus negative 30. So 90 and 90, you add them together is 180, so it's negative 180, plus another 90 is negative 270, plus another negative 30 is negative 300 degrees. So negative 5 pi over 3 radians, or negative 300 degrees. Okay? And that's this angle right here going clockwise. Alright, so let's move on to part C. Part C, here it is. Here we have another special angle, right? But this time we're starting at, so we're going the positive direction. We go around the circle completely once, and then we're going more around the circle, right? And then we're ending here. So if you look at that, that's, again, we can either split each quadrant into 2 or to 3. So this one is split into 3, right? And so this one, we know this distance, the angle is pi over 6 radians, right? So you go all the way around the circle once. Well, all the way around the circle once we know is 2 pi, right? Plus, what's this half of a circle here? Let me use a different color. So we go around the circle once in blue. In green, we go another half of a circle, which is pi. And then finally, we go this section additionally to end here, and that's a pi over 6. Okay, so we just add these, and we get our answer. So the common denominator, these are all over 1. So the common denominator is 6. So to get this one here to be over 6, we multiply by 6 over 6. This one 2, multiply by 6 over 6. So we get 6 times 2 pi is 12 pi over 6, plus 6 times pi is 6 pi over 6, plus pi over 6, right? Just add these together. 12 pi plus 6 pi is 18 pi, plus pi is 19 pi over 6 radians. So this right here is equal to, right, this angle is equal to 19 pi over 6 radians. Or what if we wanted to write in that in degrees? Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let me use a different color. In degrees, that would be, again, blue, we go around, that's 360 degrees, right? Plus half the circle is 180 degrees. Plus, what was pi over 6? Remember, this whole thing is 90 degrees. Divided by 3, that's going to be 30 degrees each. So it's plus 30 degrees. So add those together, and you get 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 3 is 17, right? So you get 0, 7, 3, 4, 570 degrees. So it's either 19 pi over 6 radians, or equivalently 570 degrees. Okay, so this ends number 3 on the quiz, the unit circle quiz review.